Washing until your skin feels tight. You know that squeaky, stretched feeling after a foaming wash. Add a hard bristle spinning brush and it feels even cleaner. Right? No, that tightness is often your skin barrier asking you to stop. Harsh surfactants, hot water, and repeated washing remove too much of the oily lipid layer that slows water loss. Once that outer lipid layer is stripped, a process called transepidermal water loss skyrockets. Water escapes faster, the surface becomes less flexible, and tiny surface grooves cast deeper shadows. Suddenly, concealer gathers under your eyes and lines look deeper than they did before you washed. You did not create new wrinkles in 30 seconds during a shower. You simply exposed the ones dryness was hiding. Use lukewarm water, a gentle, non-foaming hydrating cleanser, and your fingertips. Save the stiff brush for something that is not your face. Clean skin should feel comfortable, not punished. Squeaky is not a quality score. Skipping moisturizer because your skin is oily. Your forehead is shiny by noon, so moisturizer sounds ridiculous. But oil is not water. Your skin can produce plenty of sebum while an over-cleansed surface keeps leaking moisture. That is how you end up shiny and tight at the same time. Here is where the beauty industry gets interesting. A 2-ounce jar of crème de la mer is listed at nearly $400. A 3-ounce bottle of CeraVe PM is under $15. They are not identical formulas and they do not offer the same texture. But the price difference does not prove that the luxury jar builds more collagen. A moisturizer's basic job is simple, to slow water loss on the surface and soften dry cells. That makes fine lines look temporarily smoother. It is a surface hydration effect, not deep structural rebuilding. Choose a lightweight, non-comedogenic lotion or gel cream that suits your oily skin, and apply it while your face is still slightly damp to lock in water. Your skin may need water support even when it makes plenty of oil. Scrubbing away flakes. Flaking skin looks like a layer that needs to be scrubbed off, but often it is the result of removing too much. Retinoids, acids, and grainy scrubs all affect the outer layer of the skin. The St. Ives apricot scrub is famous because you can physically feel the walnut shell powder working under your fingers. But what are you actually removing? Surface cells. You cannot scrub away collagen damage, deep muscle folds, or lost facial volume. In fact, the American Academy of Dermatology warns that physical exfoliants like walnut shells or apricot kernels can create microscopic tears in the skin barrier. When the outer layer is already irritated, especially if you are peeling from a retinoid, scrubbing only creates a vicious cycle. More disruption, more water loss, and more obvious flaking the next morning. Red, burning, or peeling skin needs recovery, not another scrub. You can polish dead cells off the surface, but you cannot sand a structural wrinkle out of your face. Layering every active you own. Maybe your shelf holds the ordinary glycolic acid 7% toner, different 0.1% adapalene gel, a vitamin C serum, and a peeling mask. Each bottle has a legitimate job, so using all of them must be a better routine. Except skin does not add benefits like numbers on a spreadsheet. It adds irritation. The Ordinary explicitly tells users not to combine that glycolic toner with strong retinoids. Differin warns that glycolic and other exfoliating acids may worsen skin irritation. When redness, flaking, and tightness build, your skin barrier becomes inflamed. Water escapes faster, and lines that were barely visible begin showing through your makeup. Darker skin tones are also highly susceptible to developing lingering dark marks after this irritation. Avoid clashing formulas. Never layer glycolic acid and a retinoid in the same night. Introduce one new active at a time, read the actual directions, and give your skin weeks to adjust. A shelf full of actives can look advanced. An inflamed face is not. The first 4 mistakes mostly change the surface. They drain water, disturb the barrier, and make existing lines look louder. The next 4 mistakes raise the stakes. Now we are talking about actively sabotaging treatments that have real clinical evidence, or allowing new structural damage to accumulate while expensive products try to clean up the bill. Treating burning as proof it works. A product can be highly effective without hurting. Retinoid speeds surface renewal and can influence part of the collagen network over time, so mild dryness can occur when you begin. But persistent burning, bright redness, or heavy peeling is different. That is not collagen forming at high speed. It is chronic inflammation and barrier damage. This triggers a process known as inflammaging, where constant inflammation actively accelerates the degradation of your remaining collagen. The Ordinary lists its 0.2% retinol at around $8, and its high-strength 1% retinol at just under $10. For less than $2 more, it is tempting to jump straight to the strongest bottle. Your skin does not care about that bargain. If you use a retinoid so aggressively that you damage your barrier, you will be forced to stop completely. The fastest route then becomes the slowest. Start with a low, tolerated strength, increase frequency slowly, and use the sandwich method with moisturizer to protect your skin, using the same strength everywhere. Your entire face does not have one tolerance setting. The forehead and cheeks may handle a product that leaves the eyelids red, swollen, and crepey. Eyelid skin is exceptionally thin and lacks supportive fat cushioning. The neck also has a different anatomy from the face. When a strong acid or retinoid irritates these delicate regions, the resulting dryness makes the exact lines you wanted to treat appear much sharper. This does not mean every active ingredient must be kept away from the eyes or neck. It means the formula, amount, and placement matter. Use products designed or tolerated for these areas, and do not copy the dose used on thicker parts of your face. To protect your eyes, apply a plain, fragrance-free moisturizer around the eye socket before applying your retinoid to act as a barrier. Sometimes the ingredient is appropriate. The mistake is assuming every square inch of skin can tolerate it in the same way. Trusting makeup or moisturizer to provide your SPF. Whether the tube says La Roche-Posay Anthelios SPF 60, CeraVe, or another high number, the label is not a force field. SPF is measured using a defined layer of product. Most people use moisturizer and foundation in very thin layers because they want them to feel comfortable and look natural. But sunscreen testing requires a thick, even film. In a study of 84 participants published in PLOS One, researchers found that when applying an SPF 30 moisturizer, people missed an average of 16.6% of their face, compared with 11.1% when applying a standard sunscreen. Around the eyelid region, a common site for skin cancers, they missed a staggering 20.9% with the moisturizer. To get the actual protection on the bottle, use the two-finger rule. Squeeze 2 full lines of sunscreen along your index and middle fingers for your face and neck. Makeup and SPF moisturizers are useful additional protection, but they cannot replace a deliberate, even layer of sunscreen. Changing products before they have time to work. A moisturizer can make dry surface lines look softer within days, but most meaningful anti-aging changes take much longer. Retinoids, pigment treatments, and peptides need months of repeated use before you can judge the result. When you change your routine every week because of a new social media trend, 3 things happen. You never give an effective product enough time. You cannot identify what caused a reaction, and your skin is forced into a constant cycle of adjustment, dryness, and inflammation. Social media makes constant experimentation feel productive. In practice, it leaves you with a crowded shelf and a face that never fully settles. Unless a product is actively irritating your skin, use it consistently for at least 12 weeks. Anti-aging skincare rewards stability far more than novelty. The real anti-aging mistake is not owning the wrong miracle product. It is assigning the wrong job to the product you own. Dehydration needs barrier support. Irritation needs fewer active ingredients. Photoaging needs consistent daily prevention. Deeper folds and sagging involve structures that no cream can move back into place. Look past the jar, the high percentage, and the viral routine. Ask what physical change the product can realistically make, and whether that is the change you actually have. Calm, Hydrated and protected skin will always look better than skin that is constantly being stripped, peeled, and rescued. If this breakdown helped you, like and save this video. Let me know in the comments, which of these 8 common mistakes have you been making, and what does your skin feel like today? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.